big long run out. Look at that, how sweet is that? Today we're riding in Hurricane, Utah, and we're in the Gem Trail region, and we've just climbed up the Deadringer trail to get to the top of the Gem trails, and we're going to ride down a sequence here. One of my original trails I rode about 8 years ago here, and it's a fabulous introductory trail, so let's go rip her. Yeah, I rode this trail my first time here in Hurricane. I had no idea where to ride, so I went to the Over the Edge bike shop in Hurricane and asked them where I should start. So they said to try this and kind of work your way up from here. So I've pretty much ridden all these trails in the region now. And probably for your first time here, unless you're an expert level rider, this is a really good place to start. It got a couple of intermediate sections, but it's very flowy, scenic, overlooking the sort of the Hurricane rim further down. And very fun and flowy. In fact, the first time I rode this, I think there were still grazing cattle, and of course the cattle follow the trail, so there was lots of hoof prints that really made it kind of janky, but I don't think they're doing that anymore. So these trails are likely to be even better than the last time I rode it, probably 5 years ago. And for those that maybe have never been over in this region before, one of the other cool things is further down the trail system is a whole Bureau of Land Management dispersed camping site where it's free to camp, and you just find your own little spot. They've formalized the sites now, so you actually have to camp in a site, a designated site. It prevents people from kind of just driving their trucks off into the wilderness and trampling on the vegetation and so on, so that's a good thing. Okay, here's a little jump. Yeah, fun. Yeah, so if you camp in this BLM trail region, you can ride right from your vehicle, and you can ride 2 or 3 different trails for a few days before you head off into the other cool areas like Gooseberry or Wire Mesa, or back into St. George and ride those trails. So again, how scenic it is in here as we ride along this ridge top. And fresh snow. There was a cold front that came in here a few days ago and snowed on those mountains in the distance, just made it even more scenic. Yeah, let's pause and have a good stare at this. Yeah, so there's a little ramp there we can jump, and then around the corner there's a little bit of a roaded steep section as we transition back down the valley. So here's the 360, and behind me here, this is the Gooseberry over there. Another fabulous trail region you might want to check out. So there you have it. Cool. Little roaded chute here, I think, from what I remember. Oh yeah, little step down. Good job, Alicia. Nice. Okay, so upcoming here is a little bit of a steep eroded chute from what I remember. So it's a little, I gotta have a little pivot there. Oh, they've made it. They've inlaid some stones here since I last rode it, so it's not such a chute. What an excellent job they've done of this. So I would say this is probably a hard intermediate section here. Front brake. Oh yeah. Nice work, guys, on the trail. Nice bank corner there. Nice. This is rollable. Weight back. Nice. Riding through a wash here. How cool is this? Yeah, so the entire segment of Gem Trails starts out as actually a bigger beginner upper segment, transitioning into a blue intermediate, and then back to a beginner, and then a blue. So it kind of oscillates back and forth. But nothing is technical, nothing's really hard, and you can always just walk through the brief segments as needed. So it's a very versatile trail. But these rollers are so fun. Okay, here's the little chute. Yeah, no more evidence of cow hoof prints. This is sweetly smooth. It's a black on trail forks, but it's a blue on the trail marker. So I think I've ridden it before, but I can't actually remember. Oh yeah, no big deal. Some rollers in here. Nice. Okay, this long ridge line comes up here. This is a very cool segment. Probably my favorite segment on the whole trail. How scenic it is right at this top section here. And an optional line to the right, and a little steeper descent on the left. With a nice big long run out. Look at that, how sweet is that? See if Alicia takes that. So fun. Yeah, in fact, I had forgotten how fun this trail was. I thought it was a little too moderate for my taste, but man, what a high fun factor. No problemo. Wow, that's such a fun rip. What a great introductory trail or your first day warm-up before you ride the harder stuff here. Definitely worth a do-over. So thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time.